So Miss Heidi J has literally been doing this since Trap Boy Freddy and Yellow Beezy was in high school. High school.
Frederick Douglass said it's easier to rebuild strong children than to rebuild broken men. So with Trinity team, we're going back to the future, and I'm gonna build on that little boy that's inside of me and make him strong so we can help the future. But all 2023 know that Trinity team here to make a movement. Let's go back to the future.
So call Heidi J for artist development. If you're trying to get your music out there, you're trying to get your brand out there, you're trying to get yourself out there. Her prices are listed. Welcome to another exciting interview with Trinity team. Today is awesome, man. I got my beautiful friend, the wonderful Miss Heidi J here. Hey, Miss Heidi.
Hey, what's up? How you
How you
been?
been? Good, man. I'm happy to have you. The last time I saw you, you hurt my feelings, man. I love Fredo Bang. He's the Louisiana homeboy. I said, God dang, she running with the Baton Rouge dude, and she ain't show the New Orleans cat no love, man. What's wrong? Fredo, I'm just joking, brother. I'm just joking.
No, that was actually I was working with Rain on some stuff, and he came in to work with Big E, and so I ended up just kind of like Snow, my friend and business partner, photographer, 85 other
Uh-huh.
things she does. She's kind of like me, but she was shooting all the footage and stuff, and then they ended up shooting a video that day, so I went and caught the footage, and we just kind of kicked it a little bit. He was cool,
Okay.
you know.
So tell the people where you grew up in the Dallas Fort Worth area. You from somewhere else?
I grew up all over. I was born in Marshall. Then I was adopted, and I was lived in Mississippi, like various places there, Tennessee, a lot of different places. And then I came back, and I've been in Dallas. And I went back and forth to East Texas a couple times, like maybe like 4 years off and on. But yeah, most of my majority of my life is Dallas. So like this to me, this is home.
Okay, and how did you get in? You know, I call you the female rainwater of this whole DFW place, and I stand by that. So, how did you get into music?
I don't know. It just kind of was always a thing. Like whenever I was little, I used to write songs, but I didn't know I was writing songs. I was just like writing. I had a Temptations tape I got, and you know how like back in the day you could put the paper in the tape and you could record or whatever. So I
Right,
had this little
and
double
roll it.
radio, and I would play that tape, and then I would record me singing on the other side. So I mean, I've been into music for a long time, but like professionally. Really, I had a friend who like kind of got in some trouble, and he was running a label, and he was like, "Hey, will you go look after my guys?" Because I graduated from school for with a degree in business, so
Okay.
I was like, "All right." And then when I got over there, it was like I don't know, I just tapped into something, and I started like co-writing, and then just I don't know, I have a way of looking at stuff and being like, "This doesn't make sense," and so keep going. If there's a way for it to make sense, then it just comes to me. So I was like, "This isn't making sense. We should be doing this, this, and that." So I did the things and they worked, and I was like, oh damn. So I just kind of like, I progressed from that to doing promotions, opening clubs. I learned how to edit. I learned how to make flyers, all kind of stuff. So,
Okay, and what are some of the artists you working with right now?
Tut Tarantino, Lit Youngin, Araya. How to Araya can sing. It's kind of like I'm kind of co-piloting with Rainwater on that one. I'm doing her artist development, and then he manages her. Which I really appreciate that too, him trusting me with that because a year ago I would have never even seen us in a position like that. Not that we were
Hmm.
like enemies or anything, but I just didn't ever see it because people don't work together like that in Dallas. So that's kind of it's been a big blessing. And then she just I don't know, she lights a fire. I'm working with TKMCM. I'm consulting him. Quite a few people actually. I've gone to where like with Tut, I was managing him full on, and I realized that he is also a manager. He has people that look up to him, and he's always wanted to start his own label. So, with him, I decided that I'm going to be his business partner, and we're gonna work together on that because he don't need a manager. He is the manager. So, a
And
lot of
Tut,
things
I'm
have
still
been
waiting on
expanding.
you too, Tut. I'm still waiting on you to come over here. Crisco, my brother. Whatever happens on his show happens on his show. I love Crisco, that's my brother, but you know how the industry is. But I respect you, Tut. Not as
Michael Irvin's son, but as she just said, as a business partner and somebody who's making his own tracks in this game. And I heard some of your story from her as a man who got it on his own, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. And from man to man, like I respect that. So I'm waiting for you to come on the show, brother, to get to know the real you, to show the real you. I don't have no hidden questions. I don't have no hidden audience that's gonna come out the way. Everything I do is genuine and is out of love and respect. And Miss Heidi can attest to that.
I do, I do. Yeah, no, Tut, he definitely has a story, and I'm ready for him to tell it himself. And he's doing that through his music, like especially lately. You just have to pay attention. But he's gonna be dropping a project soon, though, so I'm excited about that too. Like his
Okay.
brain is just like so. Well, our brains are really similar. We both just stay on 10,000 creatively, so I'm excited to be able to actually give somebody a product soon, a full project.
Football ain't never been a focus for me, but so it was like if football ain't the focus, and that's how my pops raising us in the trying to raise us in the football, like be honest, but everybody be honest with y'all selves. Everybody that criticize me, be honest with y'all selves, but y'all rebelled against y'all's parents in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how it was, y'all rebelled against him in some type of way. Y'all think because my father won Super Bowls and shit, I'm supposed to be a perfect little like, bro, come on, bro. I'm a person. You know what I'm saying?
Fight started, baby. Get back on your 2 feet and get that done. Don't contemplate it. Let's get that done. This victory televised for who couldn't make it. I'm standing tall, my chest up, chin up high like they can't break me. Lights on, it's time to fight. Fight, fight. They know just how we coming. This Dallas boy, we tryna fight. Lights on, it's time to fight. Fight, fight. Game time, it's time to fight. Fight, fight. We don't never give up. We don't never give up. We don't never give up. We don't never give up.
All right.
But yeah,
And I
no,
know,
I've been working with the label too, though. I forgot that. You said tell everybody what we're doing. I told, registered music with Darcy, and we launched that at the beginning of the year. It's kind of a big deal. Totally just skipped my mind because there's so much other stuff going on, but that has been amazing. I expected us to make our first dollar probably like 90 days at least, and we made it nine, not even nine, 6 days in. So I was like, oh,
man,
this might be a thing.
yeah, it
It's been
is
a
the
blessed
thing.
year thus far, for real.
Yeah, but you got that it factor. So no matter like what you touch, it's gonna
Shout
like
out to
blow
me.
up. And people don't. They always say they always talking about talent. I'm like, talent is 90% of 90% of it is business, and 10% of it is the talent. So if you don't have the it
Swear.
factor, you're gonna get messed up in whatever you do anyway. But you
Yeah, I
you
know.
always seem to shine and always seem to
Oh,
get
thanks.
back
And
on the
look,
right track.
the Lord agrees. The sun's shining right
Yeah.
on.
And I know I won't dig deep into that either because like I said, this not that type of show. But I know that you've been through hell and you was able to bounce back. So what would your advice be to a female that been to the feds that want to come home, do something positive and stay out of trouble? What would your advice be to her?
Keep all your notebooks. So, like, when I was in there, I had these notebooks and I would write music, and I had writer's block for a while, so I would just started writing random stuff just so I could be writing anything. I did this program called The Artist Way. It's like really cool. But I wrote down like my plans and just whatever came, like the spontaneity of my mind, wherever it went, I had nowhere to go but into my mind. So I wrote all that stuff down and I kept all those notebooks. And like every so often, when I feel like I'm really just not doing anything, because I have this thing in my head that I'm never doing enough. Like I barely even allow myself to sleep because I'm like, no, I have to do. So I'll go and I'll look at those old notebooks or like journals that I had and like how I was feeling back then, and I'll be like, man, I'm literally doing 10 times what I even thought I was doing. And if I'm not on point on something, I can see where I was at whenever I was not fully distracted by the world, and I can like, okay, I need to get back to this, or okay, I forgot about that. I need to refocus here. So basically, my advice is to trust yourself over anybody. I don't ask anybody. I don't want to ask anybody else what I should be doing or whatever. Of course, I want to seek guidance from places, areas I'm unfamiliar with. But like,
Mhm.
as for what I desire and where I want to go and who I want to be, like I consult me now in meditation and inner dialogue, and I consult the former me that wasn't distracted, and I see where we meet in the middle.
Okay.
So I
And
trust myself.
there's a is another like common theme of the world, right? So the world is heavy on anger, hatred, unforgiveness. So I want to share this story briefly. If I cross the line, then tell me. So
Okay.
Heidi and her mom had ups and downs. It was a long time before she was able to make peace with her past. Heidi made peace with her past, and since she's made peace with her past, she's been having nothing but the blessings that's been coming into her life. So my next question to you is somebody that's harboring on, especially these youngsters, if they feel they were dealt a bad hand, or they got anger towards their parents, or they mad at life, what would your advice be to them on how to overcome that and how to get the peace that you now have?
Well, one thing I want to say is like I love that saying you were dealt a bad hand. You know why? Because I play poker. There's no set like you can bluff your way through a bad hand. So like that's never
I
ever a
love it.
bad thing to be dealt a bad hand. You can bluff your way through that round, and the next cards that flop, you might, you know what I mean? You might take it off. So I don't think that your upbringing or any of that it shapes you. It definitely changes you. But if you dive into yourself and you really figure out what parts of you were hurt and why, then you can learn from it and build around it. So like when you go into business and stuff, there's people that are really, really sensitive, especially in this business because it's creative. It's their baby. That's their music. That's their joy. That's their pain. But they have a hard time being, talked to about certain stuff. And it's because certain pains were activated when they wrote that music. So they feel personally insulted. And I
Right.
used to feel like that. So I dug deep and I was like, okay, why do I feel like this? I analyzed myself and I was like, man, I feel like this because when I grew up, I felt like I didn't matter. So now if these people say they don't like this song, I feel like they don't like me and I take it all the way to heart. And so now I know that, like, okay, this thing and this thing, it's going to bother me a little bit more. So let me fall back, give myself a second to sit with it and not react. Because I used to react and people would be like, you are a bad shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, what? Where did you even get that? But if you break it down and you go and say, like, you could see where it connects, but the outer person is not going to see all your pain and your issues. So you can't take it out on them. Like, you have to realize that people do not know you like that. And so you got to know you and you got to work around your obstacles. If you know this thing is over here is going to trigger you, but you have to do it, then you prepare yourself for that and you don't let it show. I mean,
Okay.
of course, like you ask for help, of course, if you need help generally, but like just taking care of everyday business and working around that, you just got to work around your own issues until you can walk through them because the world does not care, honestly. And especially business people do not care.
Okay. So my next question, you said that the business people do not care, and I know this is a dog eat dog industry, so you got to be strong to be able to maneuver and doing what you're doing. So again, hats off. Not just a pretty face, you own your business stuff,
Thank
and I salute that. But to my male audience, they ask me because I always post you. They want to know, is Heidi single? Is Heidi dating?
How do you don't got time for none of y'all? Like, no, seriously though, like if you was to date me, you would have to be real strong. Like the people who have dated me the last year or two, like God bless them. Because no, seriously, because I'm so married to my vision and what I have going on, and I'm so ambitious, and because I know I'm watching me pour into me and what I've got going on, and the people I believe in, not the people that everybody else is saying whatever. I'm going what I know, and my team is growing, and we're becoming our team. It's not my team now; it's our this, our that. I have people that are not like, oh yeah, man, I want to blah blah blah. I. Every conversation I'm having now is we. So I just got sidetracked. I'm sorry. I was like, because I was thinking about it. Like, no, it's been different this year. Like everything has been different. I actually just completely forgot your question.
I was
Yeah,
talking
but
about the
single. I was
dating.
trying to divert attention from the fact that you asked was I single. That's right. No, but I'm so married to my team though that like you have to like even my friends and my team were gonna come before you. Like it's just gotta be like that unless it's somebody that has got something to not offer me as far as like that, like I don't know, whatever, but I'm saying like something to contribute. Like if I'm working on something. Don't just sit there and be like, oh yeah, oh we can't go out tonight. Oh no, I've got 17 videos to edit. Help me. Like, but if you can't, then get out of my way or chill with me in silence and leave me alone while I work. But nobody can do that. Like everybody gets super attached. They feel like they're left out or I'm not paying attention. And the fact is, I just can't. And I don't even want to deal with that right now. Honestly, I don't.
I
I want
got
to
you.
get where I want to go, and then I can think about a we maybe. I don't know. I don't know. The last little situation kind of made me. So I might just buy myself a ring and do what that lady did and marry myself. I'm feeling it really, honestly.
All right. So my last question for you, for up and coming artists in the DFW area, in any area, but I say the DFW area because we're here. So what would your advice be? Um, Hold on, I backtrack. I lied. That's not my last question. I just something just crossed my mind as I said
Okay,
this.
well, let's do it.
Hood fame Lil Ronnie and his daughter. What are your thoughts on the situation? Because that was sad. So to me, and I talk like to everyone, and I'm not a saint. I never proclaimed to be a saint, but I grew up in an era where if you had beef with somebody, your beef was with that person. Women and kids were like off limits. It was honor amongst thieves, so to speak. So that was like a it left a bad taste in my mouth, and I think we are responsible because I hear a lot of people say, "Well, we're not responsible for what the kids do," but you are because that's the image that you're betraying. You know what I mean? And whatever you do is going to affect your kid, especially your biological kids that are there with you, but more so the youth because they corrupted by the things we say and the things we do. So I want to know your thoughts on that.
Um, I have no idea how deep that is. No, so my thoughts on that are all over the place, honestly. Still really fresh. A lot of people don't know,
Hmm.
but whenever I first started doing a lot of stuff in DFW, I started working with Dark Skin and World Star, and Hood Fame was one of my first campaigns I ever did. So that was a
Wow.
long time ago. Um,
Hmm.
so that was 75 different degrees of horrible. One because Ronnie's a totally different person than from however many years ago.
Right.
Always been a good person though. Always been funny, cool. Um, so that was just devastating. Especially with our money. And then seeing it from the other end of Yayo's in jail, but he's about to get out, and how that could just literally just ruin his whole life before he even gets a chance to have another chance.
Right.
And then I'm mad and frustrated at everyone that's continuing to try to stir up things, dropping songs with the whole stories in it to keep
Hmm.
it going and keep people angry. I don't like that. um, I just have a lot of. It's really hard for me to speak on that right now because it's still just so fresh and
No, I
it's like
got you.
so
And I
traumatic. But
understand. That's why
I
I
will say this though,
asked.
I don't feel like completely. I don't feel like that music encourages people to do one thing or the other. I feel like people make music about their life, and I feel like that's what they relate to. But we can watch movies all day long, action movies where people are robbing jewelry stores or killing people left and right, like it's just natural, and that's entertainment to us. But there's nobody saying that affects how people act. But everything that you see, do, hear, put into you affects how you act. But what if that's what you already see and hear? Then you're just speaking your truth. So to say that people can't speak their truth and rap about what they're going through or sing or whatever, I definitely don't agree with that at all because it might impact someone else. Like the lesson is to teach your children to have stronger minds and to analyze and be their own person because I've never been like that. You can tell me something about somebody or you can tell me whatever and I'm like, yeah, all right, let me see. I've always been like that. No, let me see. And you have to
Right.
teach your children to have strong minds like that. Everything you see on TV isn't reality. Everything you hear in music isn't reality. And if and I don't want my children to be weak-minded. I'm not gonna let them go out there like that. Neither one of my kids are gonna listen to a song and do something in a song because I've taught them that music is just other people expressing themselves. It's not an instruction manual. Neither are movies. So I don't. I have a real a different approach on that. I hate when people say that actually. because I don't feel like that. I feel like everyone makes their own choices, and you're responsible for raising your children. And if you have young children and you're letting them listen to grown up stuff, that's just like having a young child and letting them watch an R-rated movie. It's on you what they see and hear, and what fears they develop or whatever.
Okay.
That's how I genuinely feel about it. But yeah, definitely rest in peace to Chucky and his little baby. But yeah, I just really hope that all that gets wrapped up soon though, because I just don't want to full out. I don't want to go through a repeat again.
Yes, ma'am.
This
I
happens every
agree
few
with
years
you.
where somebody dies and then somebody else dies, and then it just keeps going, and then we go into another cycle. Like I want it to stop.
And you're right, because it seemed like it happens like every 2 years or every 3 years. It's like something else and something that affects the city in a manner of that it's affecting the city right now.
And people like me and Darcy, y'all don't realize we work with everybody. Like we know so many people, and we've helped so many people in so many undercover ways that you will never know because we don't brag about that because it's not for that. And like somebody like us who's been in the game like 20 years, think of every this happening every 2 years. Think of how many people that we buried. Like, and it never
Wow.
gets easier. It never gets easier whether we were super duper close or we just had a little piece of something. Like music is different because art, any kind of art is different because it's a soul connection. It's a different type of bond. So
Hmm.
those are. It's not like if you worked with some guy at Kroger for 2 weeks. No, I took somebody's heartache, put it out to the world, and was a part in letting them hear it, and I watched them react to that and grow from that. Like it's a totally different animal. So yeah, it definitely takes a strong heart for sure.
All right. Now, really, this is my last question now. So,
Okay,
my last question
bring
now
it back.
is
Bring it back up. Shit. Uh,
to the upcoming artists, what would your advice be to someone that's to a kid? I'm a 16, 17-year-old kid. I got this music. I'm trying to break in the industry, but I don't know the ABCs. What would your advice be to that kid?
for a 16 or 17-year-old kid, my advice for a
Uh-huh.
kid of that age would be content, content, content. Like make hella content, 3 times a day post stuff. Stay consistent. Do it. You may not can do it every day, but pick 2 or 3 days where you're gonna be sure to be on time with it. And then you already have fans. Like teenagers, teenagers can blow so easy because they already have a full school. So you get your school on board. Do something creative like leave a QR code around the school that looks like something different so the people scan it. And then when they scan it, they see it's you. And now everybody at school is talking about you and your music. Like your fans are who's going to pay you. They're who's going to share your music. They're who's going to keep you popular. So if you already got a fan base at your school, like literally every single person that deals with you, they need to be scanning your music, and then your numbers will get up, and you can just keep going from there and just stay consistent. But a teenager, man, oh, I would love to find a good like 14-year-old that was like but had like a business mind like that. Like I like J Mac. J Mac, what is he, 16 now? Yeah, I like J Mac. He's out of Arlington. But there's a couple of teenagers I feel like could really make it. But yeah, as a kid, definitely use your school to your advantage. Your school is gonna get you more views on a video than these famous rappers out here will get in a week. You'll get it in a day because your whole school is going to be nosy and want to see what you're doing. Even if they don't like it, who cares? You got the views, which means you get the money. Like, you know what I mean? So, isn't that the end goal? But also, don't pay attention to the negative comments. Like, because being young and growing up and, like, having to hear, like, so much negative stuff, especially the internet, and people will hide behind a fake profile. So, who cares? Why would you care what somebody who can't even show you their face would say? So, like, just stay true to yourself. Don't Speaking of Tut, he just interrupted our broadcast. It's okay.
Tell them we almost finished.
Nah, I'm gonna call him back in a minute. But yeah, no, I definitely
Well,
I want people to stay encouraged though. It's a rough world we're living in right now. But if you're an artist, you can literally create your world.
No matter how hard I try, I just can't get over you. All in my head, miss you in my bed, cause nobody else would do. Intuition non-existent, baby boy. 1 minute you love me, then you shady boy. I'm the one who loved you down, I'm the one who cast you out. Tried to find your love, gave you my heart, and that was not good enough. Drinking to ease the pain, please just don't take your love away, boy. And I hate that it got so crazy, cause the love that we once shared was so amazing. Maybe it's the right person, wrong time, that stays on my mind. Tell me who's gonna love you like who's gonna stick by your side? Tell me who's gonna give me time? Like you're the one on my mind. Oh, most of the nights what you tell me, can't call you ex, you don't feel the same. Gotta stop thinking of that, and I swear that it's breaking me down right now, baby. Better not give up mine, better not give up mine residuals.
For bookings and shows, here's Heidi's contact info. Y'all can also catch her on IG at Miss_Heidi_J. Thank y'all for tuning in.